హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్. సో స్టీమ్ పవర్ ప్లాంట్స్ అనేటివి మనకు క్యాజువల్గా చూస్తూ ఉంటాం. స్టీమ్ పవర్ ప్లాంట్స్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ద థర్మల్ పవర్ ప్లాంట్. సో ఆ థర్మల్ పవర్ ప్లాంట్స్లో ఏం జరుగుతుంటుంది అంటే కనుక అక్కడ కెమికల్ ఎనర్జీ అనేది మనకు కెమికల్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ద కోల్ ఈజ్ ఏ కార్బన్ విచ్ ఇస్ ఏ కెమికల్. సో దట్ కెమికల్ ఎనర్జీ ఈజ్ కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ ద that chemical energy is coal is nothing but the fossil fuels. So that fossil fuels is converted into the mechanical energy. How these fossil fuels are converted into mechanical energy? Is it directly? No, it is been occurring through the boiler. So there will be a boiler in a thermal power plant. That boiler is going to be get heated with the help of coal is given as an input. So before going to coal, not only the coal in steam, I am saying that as a steam power plants. So in thermal power plants, thermal is nothing but with the help of heat. So those thermal power plants is also called as a steam power plants. So in a steam power plant or the thermal power plant, the fossil fuels or the inputs can be coal, or there can be an burning oil. It may be the kerosene or some other burning oil, or it may be the gas content. So whatever may be, so those are all called as a fossil fuels. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to say, that thermal power stations heat is being transferred in the thermal power stations. So almost 60% of the generation in our India, 60% of the generation is by the help of thermal power stations. You have to remember this point, that so in our Andhra Pradesh, there are thermal power plants. I'll say some names regarding those thermal power plants. Okay, in our Andhra Pradesh. So I am the people who are watching this video, that is some people subscribe from Tamil Nadu and some are from some other places. I got that they will be knowing that I am from Andhra Pradesh, because I am saying that these things. Okay, whatever may be, I am speaking with the Andhra Pradesh. So in our Andhra Pradesh, RTPS, which is you all know that. And before going to RTPS, being an Rayalaseema person, I wanted to say first of all with the RTPP, that is Rayalaseema Thermal Power Project, which is located in our Kadapa district. And then after VTPS, that is Vijayawada Thermal Power Station, which is in Krishna district. KTPS, okay, that is in Telangana. And RTPS is also in Telangana, that is Ramagundam Thermal Power Station is in Karimnagar district. And KTPS is in Kottagudem Thermal Power Station, which is in Khammam. Okay, this is Telugu states, people can have this information. So next, Simhadri Thermal Power Station, which is in Vizag. Okay, those are all will be there. But I am discussing about the very huge super thermal power stations I have been said right now. Okay, and we have the major part in the thermal power station is a boiler. So boiler is a very very important part in the thermal power station. So for the boiler we are giving three inputs. One is water, and another is air, and another one is fuel. Fuel is nothing but the fossil fuel. That may be the coal. I already said that may be the coal, that may be the burning oil, or that may be the gas, whatever it may be. Okay, so we will have this water, air, and fossil fuel as an input for the boiler. Okay, the output of the boiler, what we will get? The boilers are also different types. Do you know, Mr. Friends and students? That is fire tube boilers, water tube boilers, in such a way. Okay, so the output of the boilers, we are going to get the steam as an output from the boilers. So, and also one of the thing is burning of fuel, that is fossil fuel, and we'll get an, if they use the coal, we are going to get the ash content from the boiler output, and that steam, whatever that is coming, that steam is being given to the steam turbine. Steam turbine in the thermal process, that is not given directly to the steam turbine. There is some more process like that. One is the superheater is being used. After the superheater, it is being given to the nozzle. So that nozzle, what the nozzle will do, it increases its kinetic energy. Okay, that is the process. But use for the simple sake of remembrance that steam is given to the steam turbine. The steam turbine is not a single turbine. It is also having small turbines inside the steam turbine. That is low pressure turbines and high pressure LP turbines and HP turbines. And that will be discussed when you are discussing about the separately about the steam turbines. I am giving just an overview. Okay, that is after the steam turbine that is given to the steam turbine is being coupled to the alternator. Alternator is nothing but a three-phase AC generator. Okay, that is being given to the three-phase. Whenever the mechanical energy is given for an alternator, it is going to give the electrical energy. The mechanical energy is being producing by our that is turbine, that is steam turbine. Okay, when the steam turbine is being rotated, then automatically alternator is also going to be rotated, because a coupler is being used between the turbine and also the alternator. So your turbine is rotating, then automatically the rotor of your alternator is also going to be rotated, and then the output of three-phase supply is being getting from the thermal power stations, and that the output of the thermal power station is being given. So I wanted to discuss one more thing, that working principle of a thermal power station is basically the heat produced by the coal is being converted into the steam and high pressurized steam, and it is being converted to drive an turbine, that is a steam turbine, and that turbine is being coupled with your alternator, and that is going to be the thing. So we have a lot of advantages and disadvantages of this thermal power station. So compared to with the hydropower station, if you want to construct a hydropower station, there you should need a dam. Construction of dam is very important. So in the point of construction for the thermal power stations, you just simply take some sheets, and you can construct, okay, that thermal power station. So to say simply, so the cost of the thermal power station for the construction is very cheap compared with the hydro power station. Okay, next and also to construct the hydro power station, you require large area behind the dam, that is catchment area, because to store the water in a hydro power station. Okay, to store the water, so large area is required for the construction of your hydro power station. But when you come to thermal power station, that much of area is not required comparatively with the hydro power station, and also the cost is also very less, so that we can reduce the cost of the land also. But one more advantage is hydro power stations cannot be constructed near to the load centers. Load centers are nothing but your houses and our houses and all the houses and the industries. Okay, near your industry or near your house, you cannot construct the hydro power station because you need a large of area to store the water. Construction of dams are all costly things. But you can construct a small thermal power station, that is 5 megawatt thermal power station beside your homes also. Okay, if you have a little bit land of 5 to 10 cents. Okay, that is a different criteria. Okay, and to thermal power station is very little area is enough. But why the thermal power station is looking very big, in the sense there are a lot of things in the thermal power station. That is coal storage, coal handling plant, ash handling plant, ash storage plant in the thermal power station itself. So such a way that is. Then also one more thing is quick start cannot be get by using this, and I'll go with some of the disadvantages. What I know from the thermal power station is Basically, you have seen in the films, okay, and when there is a, I think one of the film I am not getting, but I had remembrance construction of thermal power plant by the politicians, and all the villages are going to be obstruct that, and hero comes and finally reveals that, and they go to court and he will stop that. So that is the sense why the villagers are being obstructing in that film, in the sense these thermal power stations are highly polluted. So these thermal power stations are pollution. So we, by the help of ash which is coming out from the thermal power stations. So that is a thing what. And one more thing, whenever there is a thermal power plant, there should be a supply of coal through rail track or through the transporting of vehicles, so that the roads are going to be damaged. Lot of things going to be occurred, and some of the things which is pollution, that pollution may cause around radially of 25 to 30 kilometers around the thermal power station. So their ash is going to be get, the smoke, that is sound pollutions and smoke pollutions, like that. And also one more thing is, there is a lot of people are required for the operation of a thermal power station. It is also one of the consequences which is can come into the disadvantages. So, but of course this ash deposits is being done through the electrostatic precipitator, which is used in our thermal power plant, which is an advanced technology which is used in our chimneys, so that it is having the 99.99% of efficiency, that it can capture the ash plates, fly ash is being captured, and there is a lot of advantages with the fly ash. Do you know? It is being used for cement industries, it is being used for glass making industries, it is being used for making of fly ash bricks, which is famous nowadays. The Narendra Modi is being going to be saying that use fly ash bricks, make in India, okay. The output of the thermal power plants, we can get electrical power, and also this ash content. Ash content is also being exported, and we are getting imports of coal from Australia, that is sub-bituminous. We have different types of coals. Do you know? One is basically we have the coals like bituminous, sub-bituminous, semi-bituminous, anthracite, peat, lignite. Such a way different types of coals are being available, but in all among these, the sub-bituminous coal is being used in our India. Okay, so I think all of you know